wanted to just talk about, we can get into all my deals, but like, going directly to the owner and asking the owner to sell to you, and really getting the owner to know, like, and trust you, I'm telling you, is the best way to get deals. And so just keep that in mind as you get out there, especially over the next year. It's going to be amazing. So I hope you guys are working on coming up with money, raising money. I talked about this last week. I'll talk about this every week. Your focus is to find money, either your own money or somebody else's money. I like somebody else's money better than my own money. All right. I'm okay with paying higher rates if it's somebody else's money, and I'll do all the work. That's just how me and my husband are. But you may not be that type of person. I mean, I have a lot of people in like StorageNerds, my coaching program, that are just like, no, like somebody needs to manage that. I want a bigger facility. I want like 300 units because I need somebody to manage that. And they're just adamant, like, I have to make sure that the numbers work with my management fee because I'm not going to do that. And there's nothing wrong with that either. Everybody has their own, way that they want to invest in self-storage. And the best part is that there's like something for everyone, right? So you can be like us and kind of like to get their hands dirty and like dirty, nasty storage facilities. Remember that we just closed on one last week, 171 units for $375,000. Remember, on 6 acres. If anybody else, if you guys were here last time, that one is going to be worth over $2 million when we're done. Same exact thing. It is a dump, right? So it's going to take a lot of work for us to get that done. Those are just the type of facilities that we like. But you can do income producing properties. You can do mismanaged. You can do like any type of property that you want, new construction, whatever you want, so. And okay, so now let's get into some questions while everybody's here. And Ariane, if you can help me put some questions in the chat, I'll start answering those before we move on to the next session. When you roll money over from one property to the next, is that situation written into your private lender contract, or how do you go about structuring that? I assume you just roll that money over so you aren't having to pay out the lump sum at the end of your interest cost. No. So actually, that's not true. So basically what you do is like you close on the deal that you had, right? So we had a rehab before this one. We had a rehab and we sold it for like, we sold it and the lender got his $250,000 back. And so then once he gets the 250,000, so the attorney or the title company is going to wire that money, and that transaction is going to be 100% closed out. Okay. And then he's going to have to rewire the money back over. And there is going to be a new like lien on the property, because as a private lender, you get first lien on the property and you get a note. The note is basically the terms of you and the private lender's agreement. So like I said, we do with that lender, we do 5-year loans at like 8% interest is what we do. Okay. And that lender, he does not want to, I've been working with that lender for almost 10 years. He does not want any money back at all, especially now. He does not want his money back. And so, so he just knows that he gets like between 8 and 9, maybe 10. Actually, at one point he gave me 3%. He was like, Stacy, he's like, I'm just so happy I'm working with you. He's like, interest rates are down. He's like, I'll give you 3% on this deal. So I love working with lenders that, are just open to working, and they understand the concept that a lender is like a partner. I mean, we're trying to create win-win situations. I mean, I've made my lenders so much money, right? So thank you for being nice to me as well too, right? And so we close that transaction out, and then that money is rewired back to the attorney to close on this transaction here, the storage facility. They get the note, they get the lien on the property, they get title insurance, and they also get hazard insurance. So insurance, like just in case this burns down or something, they're covered. All right. And that's really kind of that's what they get for lending me the money. All right, that's how it works. So it are always separate transactions. So I don't get like a line of credit on private lending. I don't get line of credits. On my fund, the fund is kind of like a line of credit. I mean, I raise as much money as I can, and then I go out and buy storage facilities. So the fund would be kind of like a line of credits. That would be like more advanced. Like you start out with some private lenders, figure out how it works, and then move on up to funds and syndications. Okay.